In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this coffee mug display rack using pallet wood. There's also a complete step-by-step PDF located on our website at woodworkerexpress.com. The link is in the description. And as you can see, it took 5 pieces to make our coffee mug display approximately 17.5 inches wide. Now what I did was I lined them all up, and I am going to measure 24 inches, which will be how tall our unit will be. So I will transfer that 24 inches to each one of our pieces of pallet wood. Next, I used a straight edge or another piece of pallet wood that was lying around and lined up all of the pieces. What I'm going to want to do is cut these all at one time, just to make things a little easier and quicker. You can also cut these individually one at a time. Next, I'm going to use that same scrap piece of wood and transfer my marks at 24 inches all the way across. And then I'm going to clamp these pieces together. Now, I'm going to use a circular saw and cut right down that line. Easy as that. Next, I'll be using 80 grit sandpaper and sanding each one of these pieces of the pallet wood just to get them nice and smooth, get all the hair off, and this is totally optional and up to you. I wanted these to look a little newer and less rustic. Next, I will line up all of my freshly sanded pieces just to kind of lay everything out, and I'm going to want to put my back support piece that's going to connect all of these pieces together. So what I did was I measured my width, and then I deducted approximately 1 inch from that length. Now, taking 2 pieces of scrap pallet wood, I'm going to transfer that measurement, which is roughly 16.5 inches, to these pieces, and then I will clamp them down and cut them. Everything you see in this video is available at Woodworker Express, from the clamps to the saws and all necessary screws and hardware that you will see in this video. Next, I'm going to measure approximately 2 inches from the top of the piece and 2 inches from the bottom of the piece downwards, and this is where I'm going to place my back support pieces and attach them. So once again, I will clamp everything so it's nice and even, check to make sure all the pieces line up. Then I'm going to use an 1/8 inch drill bit and pre-drill all my holes. Be careful, you're only going through just the top layer. And then you're just going to screw the 1 and 1/8 inch screws right into the piece. Now it's time to stain, paint, or finish this piece. So what I'm going to do is, using a white oil-based stain, I'm going to give it a nice rustic kind of grayish tone. And be sure, whatever you do to the front side, please do to the back side to keep the wood movement all nice and even. If you just stain or paint one side and not the other, your project could warp. Now it's time for hardware installation. Using the hooks that I purchased at Woodworker Express and some masking tape, I'm going to lay out each one of these hooks. Now, roughly measuring this piece in 2/3, I made my marks to transfer onto the tape. For more detailed measurements, please see our PDF that is located in the description down below. Next, just going to transfer my screw holes with a pin by just tracing the inside of the hole. Now, using the screw, I'm just going to pre-drill each one of these holes so that way I could transfer the tape to the wood. You could also pre-drill this with the same 1/8 inch drill bit. I just didn't have one lying around. And next, just screw the hooks to the pallet with the holes that you previously made. Now flip the piece over and install your hangers. Now this coffee mug display is ready to install. Using drywall anchors and 1 1/8" screws, it made it a breeze. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to help.